And so it's good to hear from your own experience sebenarnya, because pada saya your experience is more current, dan saya baru je pergi interview 3 weeks ago, and with one of uh, top ranking private university kan. Saya baru je pergi interview, tapi my interview is not for early career. My interview is more about middle career and how to move forward from there. And so saya suka pergi interview bukan apa. Then I know where I stand in the current work field. And that's the reason why I go for interview. Saya tak tahulah, you all kan ada orang macam, kenapalah kita kena pergi interview? Kenapa dia tak boleh terus ambil kita kerja, That impression is not only you, tapi most of us lecturers also have that same impression, sebab for us, bila kami nak naik pangkat contohnya, macam saya nak sambung kontrak kan, I need to attend interview by UMK, answering almost similar questions what I've been doing for UMK for the last 5 to 6 years. And so ramai orang tak suka, tapi pada saya suka, so that I know where I stand. I know daripada situ how can I improve myself. And so that kalau kita orang tak, dia senang cerita lah test ni kan, kalau orang bagi kita kerja tapi orang kata kita tak ambil markah ni. Bila orang cakap kita tak ambil markah, most of the time, are you giving your 100% or are you giving your 200%? Kalau orang kata dia tak ambil markah, you bagi 100 ke? Or you bagi 200% ke? And sebab tu, kenapa selalunya kita ada test, betul tak? We have test because bila kita ada test, kita akan cakap test ni ataupun presentation macam pagi tadi kan, presentation ni ada markah ni. And so you will do 200, and I always give my 200%, not 100. Saya 100, this is my 100. Apa yang you tengok ni? You tengok hari-hari, this is my 100. Okay? So bila hari ada test, I'm giving 200. Most of the time 110. And saya selalu kalau orang tanya, are you giving your best? Saya kata, I always give my 110%. Saya tak pernah tahu macam mana nak kerja kurang daripada 100. And so waktu orang tak suka saya kan. Who cares? And kita nak jadi the best. And saya memang kalau orang tanya why I'm doing this, saya nak gaji saya berkat. I want to show a good example to my student. If I'm not showing my best, my student will know. And if let's say I show my best, you see I'm doing my best, you pun akan buat your best. Walaupun you tahu mungkin now you are still young kan, tapi kalau you tengok example yang bagus, you will also try to be your best, try to do the best. And sebab tu saya memang, that's the way I work. And sebab tu sebab you all tak pernah belajar dengan saya kan, tapi pada saya this is the way I am. Biarlah orang kata I'm working too hard, I'm working saya kalau is it a Mandarin word, gangho kan, saya memang gangho orangnya. And tadi saya share, saya kata saya pernah kerja dengan bos Cina, dengan bos Melayu, dengan bos India. Saya tak pernah discriminate myself, which is maksudnya kalau saya kerja dengan bos Cina, saya letak mentality which is Chinese employee lebih bagus pada saya Melayu saya tak bagus. Ataupun macam last week saya share kan, 2 minggu lepas saya share, saya perempuan, you lelaki, saya tak bagus no. Saya tak pernah letak itu. Because I know saya perempuan, saya kerja 10 times better daripada men. And because saya tahu saya Melayu, saya kerja 100 times probably better than Chinese. That's the way I work kan. Sebab tu orang selalu intimidate dengan saya, dan saya suka orang being intimidated. Because kalau saya tak challenge diorang akan takkan naik. And saya suka kerja dalam that environment Or else, education kita, especially saya kerja dalam bidang education kalau saya tak compete the best, by the time you graduate, degree you dah tak relevant because you hanya tengok benda yang 10 years ago. Kan? 10 tahun lepas punya benda yang tak ada orang challenge you, tak ada orang challenge your thoughts, nobody challenge your knowledge, nobody challenge you to be better. And that's how I present myself, and I hope itulah apa yang saya share hari ni. Probably not like a normal interview guide, but this is what I think important for you. Saya rasa you boleh guna because pada saya feedback yang sama saya bagi masa group rush hari tu, group rush, Chan punya group, this morning punya group siapa, Chu, Nurin kan, saya bagi kalau you boleh repeat back your presentation, how would you do it better kan? That was my question, betul kan? Sebab and answer you, 4 of you, all the groups semua answer benda yang sama. Oh, kami rasa tak confident, kami kurang practice. I think will be better if we practice more contohnya. And sebab ni yang banyak opportunity being lost is that when are you going to show your ability at the best at the right time? And so tu kita punya motto hari ni, how we started our class is that showing your ability at the right time. That is what is all about pasal job interview. It's not about you punya CGPA sekarang. It's not about you punya CGPA semester 1 or you punya CGPA semester 8 ataupun you dapat anugerah naik chancellor contohnya kan. And it's not about that. Because bila you pergi interview, dia punya game dia adalah your ability to show who you are during that time. During interview tu. That's your ability. And so that's how we are going to start our class. So in interview method, so probably you already done your research pasal interview sebab saya, and pada saya this is basic level lah. Mustahil lah you tak pernah dengar langsung pasal interview kan. So interview in general is being conducted several ways. Okay, several ways. These 3 are the most common one. One-on-one interview. Okay, you have group interview. Okay, meaning you will be called as one group. Contohnya you will be called as one group, mungkin 4 orang katakan. Saya pernah pergi satu interview tu 10 panel, 10 interviewee. Okay, saya pernah pergi interview ada satu universiti ya. 10 panel, semua panel tu adalah profesor, associate professor dekat universiti tu. And then they were called 10 of us. You bayangkan ni, semua nak minta kerja jadi pensyarah, 10 of us. So group interview, saya pernah pergi group interview. It's not easy to stand out dalam group interview. You bayangkan 10 orang, semua panel nak tengok semua candidate. And then you kena show your best waktu tu. So kalau one-on-one interview is easy because you dengan panel you je. Panel you kenal you, panggil saya tu kan, bila that's a normal yang you boleh imagine kan, one-on-one interview. Tapi group interview pada saya this is one of the toughest interview ever. Ataupun the third one adalah panel interview. You have more than one interviewer and you alone. So you kena ada 3 orang jawab. This is common lah kalau especially in us untuk education. This is very common for us. Siapa yang interested kan nak masuk education. Biasanya 3 panel. Masa saya pergi interview UMK, saya ada 5 interviewer, kami 4 orang. Okay. Tapi ada pernah satu interview saya pergi 5 panel, Net Chancellor, Timbalan Net Chancellor, Dekan, and then saya pernah ada interview macam tu lah. And so this is 3 types of interview that I want you to keep in mind. Kebanyakannya interview you pergi, you need to prepare in both situation. Some recruiter dia bagi tahu what type of interview that they will be conducted, tapi kebanyakannya dia tak bagi tahu. Okay, so
Yes.
ya saya.
Ada yang tak dapat masuk meet.
Memanglah sebab saya dah share screen. Aduh.
Oh.
So, saya bukan apa tau. This is benda yang saya cakap dengan sem satu pun saya cakap benda yang sama. Time management kan, nak pergi interview datang lambat kan. Okay, bagi dia orang masuk. Nak pergi interview datang lambat, kalau saya tak ambil you kerja. Senang cerita. Tu memang saya tak sihat tau hari ni. Saya bagi tahu dah tadi dalam kelas. Saya ada COVID. You alasan apa tak datang kelas? Awal, on time.
Oh.
Apa ya? Oh, kan? Memang betul saya kontrol kelas orang. Tapi kan, I'm very disappointed. Pagi tadi pun ada group tak datang. Presentation. Alasan apa? Tersalah tengok waktu presentation. Come on lah. Zaman sekarang ada jam, ada Google Calendar, ada apa lagi? Macam-macam ada kan? Mak ada kat rumah boleh tolong kejut bangun kan? You alasan apa? Kan? Kan? So saya continue because pada saya I don't like turun my mood kan. So saya continue and sorry yang siapa yang masuk awal tu, you have to hear this. And but pada saya this is a reminder for everybody. Kalau you lambat 10 minit macam ni, memang kalau saya bye-bye. And bye-bye lah, tak payahlah datang kerja, minta kerja. Okay. Right, so no more siapa yang tak boleh masuk tu lantak lah kan. Okay. Right, so 3 types of interview method, one-on-one, group interview and panel. If you have question, just open your mic and ask us. Sebab this is your future, maksudnya your input. So saya dah banyak kali pergi interview. Mungkin pada saya this is nothing, tapi pada you this is big. So if you have problems to understand, let me know. Okay, saya memang tak nampak komen bila saya buka slide, saya nampak slide je. Okay, siapa yang pernah presenting dia faham lah. Okay, right. So for interview, so saya share je lah. Before kita nak pergi interview, what pre-interview. So pre-interview, what you need to check is that you need to regularly check your phone and also email. Okay, sebab this is the 2 contact information that you give to interviewer dalam your resume. Right. So you kena selalu check. Memang selalunya macam tak tidur malam lah check telefon. Bila nak dapat kan. Macam you apply LI kan. Hari-hari tunggu kan. Bila lah diorang ni company nak jawab ni. Bila lah company nak jawab ni. Tak tahu lagi nak dapat LI ke tak kan. Contohnya. So sama nanti bila you nak apply kerja. I think by May or June. You will be start applying for job. For your first job. Okay. So you need to regularly check your phone. And also email. Okay. So kalau you ada banyak nombor telefon yang you guna untuk hantar dalam resume you tu lah. Kan, that's what you should be checking. Sama for email also like that. Okay. And then you need to identify who you will be, whom will be interviewing you. Dia ada, pada saya lah, ada 2 jenis recruitment yang saya pernah pergi. There are 2 types of recruitment. One is the company itself call you for interview. Okay, company sendiri panggil you for interview. The second type is that dia pakai agent, orang tengah to hire you. So ada 2 jenis lah. One of the popular agent yang saya pernah pergi interview, Kelly's dekat KL, ada Kelly's. Lepas tu even the company yang saya kerja dulu sebelum ni, itu pun consider recruiter, intermediary lah, orang tengah. Dia bukan the company yang nak hire you, tapi dia adalah the first point yang you akan jumpa. Okay, diorang ni agent being appointed. Banyak telemarketer, sales position, marketing position being handled by this kind of company. So you kena tahulah. So but today apa yang saya akan prep you untuk kalau you pergi interview dengan a regular company. So kalau kata agent yang interview you the first stage, biasanya you akan ada another interview which is second stage. Okay, so kita cakap pasal stages of interview kan. So stages of interview, banyak company sekarang lebih daripada 1 stage interview lah. Most of the company. Okay, dia ada banyak lebih daripada 1. Kan? So ada screening dulu. Screening tu boleh jadi psychometric test, ataupun macam behavioral test, untuk how you are, nak tengok you, personality you sesuai ke tak kerja dengan company dia. Soalan yang psychometric test ni sebenarnya bukan soalan logik. Kalau pernah buat tak kat sekolah soalan yang dia bagi you cube and then you kena kira berapa banyak cube tu, contohnya kan. Bukan soalan macam tu pun, dia more into personality. Contohnya dia bagi you situation, apa yang saya pernah jawab sekali ya. Kalau kata you berada dalam situasi ini, kawan you menipu, you tahu you nak laporkan ke tak kepada authority. Okay. Lepas tu itu soalan dia. Lepas tu dia akan repeat balik soalan dekat belakang. Sekiranya anda berada dalam situasi ternampak kawan anda ada masalah ataupun meniru, kan, adakah you akan report kepada authority. Dia akan tanya balik soalan tu 2 kali. So 100, saya pernah jawab ada 100 set soalan within 30 minutes you have to answer it. Memang you kena ikut insting you je lah waktu tu. So some of the pre-screening interview lah. Bila sekarang interview daripada rumah, pre-screening interview also can be done online. You jawab soalan psychometric tu secara online, bukan dekat company tu. Okay. Government banyak ada pre-screening interview, government position memang ada pre-screening test. Okay, saya pernah tengok kawan saya buat sebab applying some of the position in the government. Okay. And then ada pernah sekali pre-screening interview, dia nak tahu saya boleh berbahasa Inggeris ke tak, dia buat benda tu, dia buat pre-screening tu melalui phone call. That's some of the pre-screening types lah yang pernah ada lah. So ada banyak jenis lah kan. Saya memang banyak gila pernah apply kerja because I transition from my diploma which is science based to management, to ni lah hotel management. Jadi macam masa transition tu lah memang saya pun tak sure what kind of work are suitable for me. So I went to so many type of company, including macam retailing punya company. Saya pernah pergi consultation punya company, and tapi bukan desk job lah kebanyakannya, bukan desk job. So kalau you tanya pasal desk job memang saya tak tahu. Saya kebanyakannya sebab saya suka jumpa orang kan, jadi kebanyakannya position saya apply adalah front of the office punya position. Okay, so this is some of the way we screen candidates. Okay. And then some of the interview, they will state in their email the time of the interview. Most of the time they will state lah the email, the date and the time of the interview. Okay, so the time of the interview, it can be specific for you. Maksudnya kalau macam one-on-one interview, memang kalau dia kata dia schedule pukul 10, the interview will be at 10 lah untuk you. Tapi kalau kata they have several candidates coming in, probably pukul 10 tu mungkin ada 5-6 orang macam tu. So you have to wait for your turn lah. So yang tu pun possible. So tapi mindset dia that you have to be bila you pergi interview adalah you have to wait for long. You tak boleh lepas interview you pergi schedule interview untuk company lain pula. Kalau you punya interview pagi, saya recommend you schedule pagi for one company, petang for one company. That's possible. Tapi not after pukul 10, you nak schedule pukul 11, you nak schedule pukul 12, no. Sebab most of the time memang is a waiting game lah dekat dalam interview ni. Okay. And then note the name of the person who are assisting you in arranging the interview. Okay. So siapa yang call you, make sure you take their name. Jangan kata hari tu ada siapa tak call saya, perempuan. Saya pun tak ingat nama dia. Dia call saya suruh datang interview. Siapa? Nama dia. So now student hospitality semester 7, by the time you graduate, by the time you habis LI, you dah habis semester 8, you should be able to ask this kind of question lah. Siapa yang interview you, and dia tanya contact number dia in case you need to call back. You tak jumpa tempat interview tu kan, katakanlah you need to call back the person. Okay, so this is some of the preparation for interview. Okay, so saya tahu kebanyakannya interview being called 1 week before. Okay, So if you get call 1 week before, consider yourself very lucky lah pada saya lah. And you boleh arrange your time awal, you tahu nak buat apa, you nak pergi tengok tempat interview awal, what not. Tapi you also ada possibility being called last minute. Savitri hari tu apa? Sehari sebelum Savitri? Is it? Savitri tak ada, tak masuk. Kan? So saya pernah orang panggil interview, dia hantar email pukul 12 tengah hari ni, katakan hari ni, they need me to be in KL esok pukul 8 pagi. Oh, yang itulah yang paling mencabarlah kan. Nasib saya, Kota Baru ada banyak flight. So lepas kerja saya boleh ambil flight pergi KL because the interview conducted dekat Bangi dekat UKM kan, Universiti Kebangsaan kan. So they call less than 24 hours they give notice untuk saya pergi interview kat situ. So last minute interview ni adalah benda yang paling common selalunya orang panggil. Okay. Right, so what to do? So the first 5 tips of last minute interview. So you need to dress to impress kan. So kita dah cover topic on how to dress well before this. So ada possibility hari yang sama dia call untuk datang interview hari yang sama pun ada. So kalau kata dia panggil you datang interview hari yang sama, you dekat luar, dekat mall, tak sempat pun nak pergi balik rumah nak salin baju tu, memang obvious lah kan, memang you tak sempat. It's okay. And so just show up to the interview and then be ready to make a good impression. Okay. So maksudnya you datang tu walaupun mungkin you not fully attire macam mana yang you imagine, tak ada pakai blazer, no, you are not in your best suit, and tapi you know, as long as you look presentable, that's fine. Pergi je interview tu. Pada saya, you just go to the interview and make the first impression. Meaning first impression, you know, introductory, you know, your readiness for the job. And so on the way daripada mall, katakanlah you dekat mall kan, dia panggil you pergi interview somewhere dalam 30 minit daripada mall tu. So make sure on the way you pergi tu, if you are not the one driving, it's better. You ada orang lain yang drive ataupun you pergi dengan public transport, make sure you review the job posting. Apa yang you apply kerja. Sebab tu you kena ingat you apply kerja apa. Kan? Banyak saya pernah apply at one time 30 position at one time. Dekat job street kan senang nak apply kerja kan. Kita klik je. Apply. So you need to remember what company that you apply and the job position that you apply. You need to remember. Okay. So take note benda tu. Make sure you keep track. However lah, macam mana you buat pun, you keep track of the position that you apply. And then on the way your job interview, buat research pasal company tu. Okay, baca pasal profile dia. Kalau dia ada website, go to their website. If let's say dia tak ada website, they have social media accounts, make sure you check their social media accounts. And then you tengok apa yang latest program or project yang dia buat. Okay. So kebanyakannya a well-established company biasanya akan ada website, memang dia akan ada social media account. So you boleh dapat information, company value, apa dia punya company culture dia kan. Because this is some of the question that you will be asked during the interview. Kenapa you nak kerja dengan company dia? Okay. And then you ask your own questions. Be ready to ask your own question. Okay. So it's good that you have a list of soalan yang selalu ditanya, yang you boleh tanya dalam interview. It's good to have that. Nanti Sema boleh share Sema your experience. Okay. Okay, so in terms of interview question, we have 3 types of interview question. Okay. So the first type is structured interview question. This is apa yang common yang you know, which is how long you work in the industry, or tell me about yourself kan. Contohnya. Pada saya itu consider structured interview question, orang selalu tanya. Tapi tell me about yourself also can be considered as unstructured interview question. Which is they want to get to know you better. Okay. And the third one is the behavioral interview question. Biasanya dia bagi situation and then they want you to give answer about your experience handling the situation ataupun your prediction. Macam mana you predict you akan handle situasi tu. And so this is 3 types of interview questions. Okay. So for interview questions, the first question lah yang pada saya yang selalu ditanya. This is memang soalan pertama lah. Even nanti masa mock interview, I think this will be the first question to be asked. So apa tu, by interviewer. Okay, by interviewer. Right. So how do you going to tackle this question is that we can broken it into 4 parts, which is the first part, where are you right now? How do you got to where you are? Why you are passionate about the position and how the position relates to your career goal. Ini soalan yang saya selalu juga tanya sebenarnya kat you all kan. Apa tu, kenapa? What you are doing, Okay, why? So probably we take about 2 minutes. Probably we take about 2 minutes to tell me about yourself. So just jot down on your piece of paper. Okay, tell me about yourself. So kejap lagi saya tanya. I will pick random among these 70 who attending today. Okay, tell me about yourself. So I'll give you 2 minutes to write your tell me about yourself. Do you need to see the slide? Tak payahlah kan. Dia tulis je whatever comes to your mind about yourself. Yeah. Don't worry if it's broken English and tak payah risau. Saya pun ada. Saya punya tell me about yourself. Tapi saya punya tell me about yourself lagi advance daripada you all punya tell me about yourself lah kan. Of course. Saya memang setiap ada skrip ni sebab selalunya UMK interview saya setiap 2 tahun. I need to renew my contract every 2 years. Alright. Dah, ada siapa-siapa nak share before I call names? Anybody want to volunteer? Sema ke? Are you here?
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
Okay, would you like to share with your tell me about
Sure.
yourself? Yeah, okay. Yang lain boleh dengar ke suara
Okay.
Sema?
Okay. So I will then start with my name first because that's like the introduction part. So for this question, as I said earlier in my previous interviews, I always mentioned about my professional qualification, like my degree.
Can you share how?
So I
Can you
started.
share the script? Share lah sikit script
Yeah, sure. So I'm a professional degree in hospitality industry with 4 years
Mm-hmm.
of working experience. And about myself, I'm not comfortable in settling and to stay put in a position where I don't see progress. But I'm always looking for an opportunity or chances to do better as time and to achieve something related to my personal achievement and my self progress and to actually make full use of my skills and to add on experiences in my resume. That's about me.
Okay, okay. That's very concise. Thank you so, so much.
Welcome.
Han, sorry, anything? Hanis, boleh share Hanis? Tak ada. It's okay. Saya pun ada flu, so don't worry. Alright. Siapa? Anybody else nak share? Syahira ke? Raj ke?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, please go
So,
ahead.
okay, I try. Okay, so I'm Rashtiban Muthraman. So I'm studying Bachelor of Entrepreneurship in Hospitality. Uh, so far, for the past 4 years, I in university I have learned some good management skill in program. I have some certification in management skill by LinkedIn. So I'm always looking for an opportunity to increase my skills and knowledge towards the career, and I'm always searching for an opportunity that fulfill my goal that need to understand everything and new skills. So that's all, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Alright, thank you. Raj. Uh, Probably a bit slower when you answering the question kan? Probably. Uh, sebab bila kita cepat sangat, sometimes people can't apa kita kata orang tak dapat tangkap, people can't understand what you're trying to say, although very what you share tu pada saya dah clear dah. Cuma just a bit slow in terms of the tone of your you explaining about yourself.
Okay, Miss, noted.
Okay, Raziatul.
Yes, me.
Ready?
Okay. Okay. First of all, my name Razia Tumadia. Okay. For now, I'm a last year student at University Ministry Kelantan. I'm a business person. I love to travel and meet new people. I'm very passionate about my work and I want to share it with everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Betul ni. Nak share with everyone ni. No fashion. Alright. Tak apa, nanti kita masuk bab passionate kan. Alright. So thank you very much Syama, Raj and Raziatul. Ada lagi ke nak share before I move on? Tak ada. Dia kena cakap tau sebab kata nanti balik mengigau. Menyesalnya tak cakap hari ni.
I nak try.
Okay, sila Fifa.
Okay, my name is Nur Afifa and it's just a simple about myself. And about myself, I think I have a quite a bit similar personality with Miss in being a workaholic person. Because I used to work at a small cafe for about 16 hours a day for a few years, like every day, 16 hours. And while I'm working for the whole period, I think I'm always trying to do my best at everything. But yeah, of course, sometimes I do feel burnt out, but I woke up in the morning and go to work again. That's why I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you Fifa. So how are we going to approach the question. Tell me about yourself, right? Okay, so it's a good introduction that you pronounce, you say your word, your name clearly. Okay, you say introduce yourself. Macam saya selalunya saya introduce, my name is Nur Alia Mansur, but you can call me Alia because usually kan interview tu kan panjang kan, usually about 30 minutes kan, most of the time. You can call me Alia. So I'm from daripada mana, you punya position. Pada saya, try to avoid introducing about your family, and walaupun kadang student tempted to share about your family. Saya kalau daripada Johor, that's fine, meaning from the state where you're from is okay, but not about macam saya daripada 4 orang adik-beradik, mak saya kerja cikgu, ayah saya kerja, contohnya lah. And try to avoid that kind of personal information unless they ask you the question. It's good that you introduce pasal diri you, degree, and sometimes bila nama degree kita tak berapa familiar, you can just say that I'm in a final year, I'm a final year student. Nanti by the time you graduate pun you boleh cakap I just completed my degree in hospitality entrepreneurship from University Malaysia Kelantan, and you boleh introduce slowly, take your time, jangan rush your response, and then from there baru kata why I'm interested in the position. So I'm interested in this position because I think this position suited with my qualification and you punya strength you, and ataupun what you passionate, macam tadi Afifah share what they passionate about. I'm passionate about customer service. I've had experience working in a restaurant and serving, whatever, contohnya. And then that's the reason why I pursue a degree in hospitality, because I think I want to further develop my passion for people, get to know the business, and so you build cerita you. So interview ni sebenarnya is about storytelling, and mungkin pada you is not a skill kan, tapi pada saya is a skill, storytelling. Tak kisahlah English you bagus ke tak bagus, you need to have at least 2 version BMBI, and sebab selalunya interview will be conducted in these 2 languages lah most of the time. Unless memang company yang you minta tu very specific punya company, macam Chinese based company, memang kena cakap bahasa Mandarin lah katakan kan. So prepare in 2 languages and whatever. Macam saya, education memang most of the time the interview is conducted in English. Okay, education. Cuma ada kadang-kadang bila panel ni dia tak nak cakap bahasa Inggeris, dia cakap bahasa Melayu. And so ini pun satu, bila jadi is that interview punya soalan in Malay, should I respond in English or in Malay? Betul tak? Itu kan selalunya persoalan dia kan. Kalau kata pada saya, kalau saya I would just maintain responding in English saya. Tapi ada juga kita panggil thoughts yang kata kalau dia soalan tu tanya dalam bahasa Melayu, it's okay to jawab in bahasa, and it's okay to jawab in bahasa. And it depends on your interviewer lah, pada saya lah. Depends on your interviewer. Kalau dia comfortable language apa yang untuk you respond, then go ahead. Apa yang you comfortable lah. And so that's the first question. Okay, tell me about yourself. Okay, so I continue. Next one. Okay. So are we on the slide already? Okay, ni soalan second question. Is what your expected salary? Selalunya fresh graduate jarang lah dapat soalan ni. Tapi mid-career selalunya this is common. And then after 3 years in the job, usually soalan ni common lah, orang tanya. Why they ask expected salary question to you? Disebabkan sometimes they want to know whether they can afford to pay you or not. Kalau macam position dalam sale dia punya kenaikan gaji untuk sales manager, sales exec ni sometimes higher daripada tempat yang sebelum ni lah kan. So you need to know a number of your industry, of your position kan. Macam mana kita nak buat research pasal ni, you pergi dekat Glassdoor ke contohnya, ataupun pergi dekat Jobstreet, you boleh tengok berapa range salary yang selalunya di offer dalam position tersebut kan. So untuk fresh graduate selalunya jarang lah. Kalau first job memang tak pernah lagi lah. Saya orang tanya soalan ni baru je tahun ni kot rasanya orang tanya what's your expected salary kan. Baru je this year orang tanya kan. Sebab dalam education kalau dekat private university dia tanya berdasarkan pengalaman kan. So of course government punya salary lower daripada salary private lah. So sebab tu private every lecturer usually we have different salary scheme. So dia akan tanya differently lah kan. So yang tu yang you kena tahu lah. So expected salary sebenarnya untuk fresh graduate, saya tak tahu you all dah buat ke belum research yang saya minta you all buat kan. Saya pernah tengok 1,600, 1,500 ke apa tu dalam 2,000 something, tapi rarely lah 2,000 tu jarang sangat. Even 3,000 pun jarang. And ada certain position lah, biasanya banking, offer lah dalam 3,000 tapi you buat lah semua kerja. So you have to know lah, lagi tinggi pay tu lebih tinggi lah responsibility dia. Itu memang common knowledge lah. Common knowledge. Ramai orang yang macam nak gaji tinggi tapi nak kerja senang. Tak wujud benda macam tu dalam dunia ni. And, alright. So the third question, tell me about a time you fail. And this is how do you need to address your achievement and or failure. Sebab tu saya suka cerita pasal failure. And sebab this is salah satu soalan yang saya favorite question saya sebagai recruiter. And so tell me about the time you fail. So how are you going to tell your story? Okay. So you pick your example. And jangan bagi apa tu macam saya tak berapa bagus pasal time management. Jadi macam pada saya kena improve benda ni. No. Pilih satu event dalam sepanjang you belajar contohnya. Choose an example of event. Bagilah contohnya when my group handle an event which is apa kita kata food webinar. There's a problem with internet. Ataupun there's a problem with getting a speaker. So how do you handle that? So why usually this question asked by interviewer is that they want to know what went wrong. Tapi apa yang kita interested sebenarnya is that how do you learn from the failure? Macam mana you handle it as a person? Macam saya selalunya saya very conscious in terms of using perkataan I dengan we bila interview, because if about kita cerita pasal I kan, the way kita handle I. Tapi bila you buat big events, usually people know that you don't handle it by yourself. So you handle it with group. So we. And so kita akan guna perkataan we. Saya memang very conscious the way, even bila nak bagi example pun, we. How do you do this? So we solve the problem, getting getting a guest speaker by contacting siapa. Bagi tahulah you punya leads you, and we contact people that we know from hospitality industry, from hotel industry. They also in my team who contact people through their social media, for example. So you give solution to your problem, to your situation. Alright. So memang orang selalu tak suka cakap pasal failure, tapi pada saya kan, this is how do you show your real self. So how we are going to approach your storytelling. So this is the tips given by one of the consultant. So she stated that bila kita bagi cerita, kita ada kita ada 4 steps. STAR: situation, task, action and results. Okay. So how do you tell your story? So you need to ada cerita dia, pembuka dia dulu, beginning of your story. So you describe the event, and then you describe what was the challenges. Okay, and then action, and then A star, and A is action, and what action do you took to solve the problems, apa action yang you buat, and then the results. And bagi tahulah cerita you. So cerita you kena ada pembuka, macam you tengok drama kan, kena ada pembuka, kena ada jalan cerita tengah dia, and then kena ada end story. So how do you achieve? So we managed to get guest speaker from chef from Four Seasons hotels, and so and then webinar to handle macam mana. So you ceritalah a bit about what you did during your study. Pilih satu event. Okay. Okay. So this is some of the homework yang pada saya penting lah untuk you buat from now, and list what things that you are proud of, apa yang you tak berapa proud of, kan, apa yang you bangga pencapaian you, kan, apa yang you tak berapa bangga dengan pencapaian you tapi you rasa you can do it better next time, kan. So you kena ada this type of example in your own story, in your own interview workbook kan, saya panggil interview workbook lah kan, senang. So dalam interview workbook you punya. Right. So soalan nombor 4 similar to soalan nombor 3, which is when are the time you handle a difficult situation. Right. So mungkin tadi cerita pasal time you fail, or also it can be in difficult situation. So choose a specific challenge. Right. So choose a specific challenge. Macam saya selalunya kalau interview dengan exact position, for example, I will give sebab saya tahu kebanyakannya company suka team player punya fields. So macam mana kita handle problem tu in a team. So the moment should relate to the job. And then walaupun difficult situation ataupun the time you fail, kadang-kadang memanglah pada you tak suka cerita, buat apa nak cerita keburukan kita ke orang lain, tapi kan you need to have that in your workbook, in your script, sebab then only you can tell the story very positive. Kan? Saya boleh cerita dengan you all my failure because it happen all the time kan, sepanjang-panjang masa. And saya macam ni lah, you tengok bila saya tak suka, I will tell you I don't like how the way you behave. Kalau saya suka, saya akan cakap okay, thank you very much, good sharing, and bagus you buat macam ni kan. That's the way I am. Memang saya very expressive kan, the way saya cakap. And tapi pada saya that's the way. Macam saya share sebelum ni, saya kata apa, kalau kita tak bagi tahu orang kita bagus, orang tak akan tahu kita bagus. And so you need to keep that kind of positive mindset. Okay. Okay, so ini memang benda yang mungkin yang you paling suka. The 5th question is, what is your greatest accomplishment? Apa yang you paling bangga yang you dah buat sepanjang kat universiti? Saya tahu you buat banyak benda dekat universiti. You choose your best 3. Supaya you sentiasa ada a good example, so you pilih 3, and then apa yang you punya best example, so that bila every time you pergi company, you ada cerita kan. So sebenarnya satu pun dah okay, because tak semestinya kita pergi interview dengan company yang sama, dengan orang yang sama. So kalau you tak boleh buat 3, buat dulu 1. So what's your greatest accomplishment? So you choose one accomplishment that you bangga, especially that you conducted in groups. In groups, saya ulang sekali lagi, that you conduct in groups. Sebab semua company nak team player. Senang cerita lah. You boleh cerita you dapat anugerah dekan 8 semester berturut-turut, macam tu, tak ada masalah. Tapi apa yang achievement bila you dapat anugerah dekan 8 semester berturut-turut, for example, it shows what? It shows that you are very dedicated about doing your work, you are very good, very disciplined at managing your work, contohnya. So you kena bagi tahu example tu untuk cerita strength you. And this example to choose about your to tell them about your strength. Yeah. Alright, ni mungkin soalan ni tak ada untuk you all lah, tapi tadi almost similar dengan soalan nombor 4 dengan nombor 5. And how do you handle conflict? Saya pernah tanya soalan dekat fresh graduate, boleh bagi example how do you handle a difficult situation when you handling event at university contohnya. Saya pernah tanya soalan macam tu lah. Kan. Konflik ni boleh jadi, dekat dalam classroom lah biasanya. Kan. Kebanyakannya problems konflik adalah problems memang lebih banyak show our weaknesses. But then we need to be honest and tell them how the problem improve us. Okay, macam mana situation tersebut improve diri you sendiri. Kan. Soalan ni ketujuh mungkin you akan dapat after you're not satisfied with your first job ke, ataupun you memang rasa you need somewhere else. You need somewhere else to expand your apa ayat saya mah? To try every single thing that possible to explore your potential, something like that kan. Ada satu kan. So why do you leave your current job? Ni memang soalan yang common lah orang tanya, why do you leave your current job? Jangan cakap you leave current job sebab you nak gaji lebih tinggi. Of course kan. Orang in a way macam of course lah you nak gaji lebih tinggi kan. So bagi tahu you want to move your career forward. You want some mungkin dulu you kerja dengan company lebih kecil, now you want a bigger role, bigger responsibility contohnya. You nak bawa career you lebih ke depan kan. So you cerita benda positif kenapa you are leaving current job kan. Jangan buruk-burukkan company, jangan buruk-burukkan bos, jangan buruk samalah macam universiti kan. Kenapa kita nak cerita buruk pasal universiti kita? Walaupun memang universiti you tak berapa perfect, betul tak? Tapi semua universiti ada flaw dia. Samalah macam company pun. Kenapa saya tak encourage orang cerita benda buruk pasal company atau pasal bos? Kadang you tak tahu tau, rupanya interviewer you tu sebenarnya kawan bos you. Memang benda ni common lah sebenarnya. Ataupun dia orang buat reference check. Ada setengah company yang betul-betul buat reference check. Dekat Malaysia tak berapa sangat common orang buat reference check. Tapi ada setengah company buat reference check. So bila dia buat reference check, dia tengok sebenarnya yang problematic you, bukannya company. So it's not good lah. So keep your answer positive and show them that you want to move forward with your career. You kena tunjuk jawapan macam tu. Okay? So your greatest strength macam tadi, your biggest accomplishment. So list pada saya you need to list your 10 you punya strength. Bagi tahu ke orang apa you punya 10 strength and 10 weaknesses you. So bila kita cerita pasal strength kita lebih mudah compared to kita cerita weaknesses kita. But when you tell about your weaknesses, you need to tell how do you improving your weaknesses. Saya pernah at one point problem saya pernah at one point memang soalan ni selalu ditanya waktu interview masa saya degree ke master ke, I cannot remember. Tapi one of my weaknesses was saya tak bagus in terms of organising. Whatever lah. Time ke, saya punya documentation ke whatever kan. Saya memang that was one of my problem lah. And then how do I improve myself is that I start to keep journal. Itu yang saya beritahu kat you kan. Saya start simpan journal. And then I start to have my to-do list. What to do, apa yang urgent, apa yang tak urgent, apa yang prioritize. I start to have everything in writing. And then kalau kata problem tu benda macam ni lah biasanya lah, organizing time, apa-apa je lah you punya weaknesses you. Macam saya cerita saya punya weaknesses getting emotional at work. Benda ni memang biasanya improve, ambil masa 2 ke 3 tahun to improve your whole condition. You boleh nampak improvement tu. So apa langkah yang you buat? You share lah. Saya rasa semua orang ada weaknesses, mustahil tak ada. Kalau tak ada tu Rasulullah lah kan, Nabi lah kan, senang cerita lah. So semua orang akan ada problem ni. So you list apa you punya weaknesses you. Dan pilih cerita yang bila kita cerita tu related dengan position yang you apply. So sebab tu saya suka tanya soalan. Memang this is salah satu favourite soalan saya lah kan. Untuk interview kan. So ada orang tak kisah, dia suka tanya strength kan. Pada saya, buat apa nak tahu strength kan? I can see your strength even waktu interview kan. Sebab siapa nak tunjuk side buruk dia. But what is your weaknesses? Yeah. So 10, why should we hire you? Okay. Why should we hire you? Why you are the best candidate for this position? Itu antara cara lain ditanya soalan tu. Why you are the best candidate for this position? And do you think you are the most suitable candidate and that we should hire? Mungkin boleh jadi antaranya. So you need to understand what they are looking for in the candidate. So this is why it's important for you to list you punya strength. You kena tahu you punya talent you apa kan. Apa expertise you, katakan you bagus at managing documents ke, contohnya you very good at project management lah kan. Pada saya skill yang you patut listkan adalah you punya strength dalam project management, you punya strength dalam personal organisation. So listkan strength tu kan, so that you know why they should hire you. So why do you want the job? And number 11, why do you want the position? And so you kena tahu kenapa you apply semua position yang you apply. Saya tahu bila kita tak ada kerja, kadang kita nak apply. Saya cakap kita sebab saya pernah berada dalam position ni lah kan. So kadang saya fikir macam aku kena apply ni kerja ni, aku kena ada kerja berhujung bulan ni kan. Tapi kenapa apply? Kenapa apply kerja ni? Sama lah bila soalan kan saya cerita dengan awak kan. Bila saya datang UMK, orang tanya kenapa Amir tak kerja kat UMK? This is question yang memang orang tanya kan. Sama lah masa saya pergi interview pun orang kata, kenapa you nak datang kerja kat UMK? You have a good qualification. And komen yang mungkin paling common you akan dengar nanti, orang akan kata you overqualified for the position you apply. Memang saya dah banyak kali dengar kan, saya overqualified for the position. Tahun ni first time saya dengar you candidate kita yang paling suitable sekali dalam semua candidate yang apply kat kita. This was my first year. So you bayangkan sepanjang-panjang saya kerja, berapa belas tahun dah saya kerja. Tahun ni tahun pertama saya dengar orang komen, oh you candidate yang paling sesuai dengan apa yang kami advertise. Sebelum ni semua kata, oh you overqualified. Saya offended bila dengar orang kata qualified, overqualified. Of course kita overqualified. Kebanyakannya position kita apply direka untuk SPM, STPM holder kan. You kena ingat kan. So you ada degree. Kan? So kenapa you nak kerja tu? You kena bagi tahu kan. Saya tahu you nak belajar, tapi what kind of things that you think will make you the best candidate for the position? Kan? Kenapa you apply? Adakah sebab company tu? Kan? Adakah sebab you punya self development? Adakah sebab you nak gaji tu kan, ataupun company tu dekat dengan rumah saya kan. So you need to know your motivation, why you applying for the position. Yeah. This is similar question, why do you want to work here? Sebab tu pentingnya kena research pasal company culture, kena baca kan. Memang this is advice yang saya selalu, assignment apa-apa selalunya saya akan suruh student start dengan baca mengenai company vision, baca mengenai company mission. Kenapa kita kena baca pasal company mission dengan vision? So that kita tahu adakah company itu sesuai ke tak dengan kita. Especially if you want to work long for the company ya. And then get to know what kind of news, latest news yang you dengar pasal company itu. Sebab tu kenapa you kena baca website dia. Why do you need to read social media? So that you know apa yang dia buat. Adakah dia macam doing things for community contohnya, sesuai ke tak, align tak dengan your goal, your own personal goal, sesuai ke tak. Okay, so what is your dream job? This is very tricky question what is your dream job kan? Dream job tak semestinya position dekat company tu, is more about what kind of responsibility that you will be doing and then what kind of environment that you think will look like what you want. Okay, so macam saya ada satu soalan pernah tanya Prof Azam kan, dia pernah tanya berapa tahun lepas 3 tahun lepas kot, sorry enggak. So Prof Azam dia pernah tanya soalan macam ni, Dia kata, you dah kerja yang terbaik untuk UMK. Kan? So, apa yang satu benda dekat dalam UMK tak ada dan you nak benda tu ada supaya kerja you akan jadi lebih bagus daripada kerja you sebelum ni. Itu soalan dia. Dia tak tanya pasal dream job tapi that was the question. Kan, sebab saya masa tu dah tahun ketiga dekat UMK kan. So, dia tanya. So, I said, apa kelemahan dekat dalam fakulti lah. Saya cakap lah, saya kata fakulti kami kebanyakannya yang lecturers which is I'm lacking of mentoring. Saya perlu mentoring, saya cakap. And so I need a mentor. So I tell the interviewer is that the environment for me, the most ideal environment untuk saya adalah bekerja dalam environment yang ada somebody mentoring me. And I know who to go to when I have problems or to learn. And so kadang-kadang mungkin bukan pasal dream job tapi itulah apa environment yang kita nak ideally dalam kita punya company culture. And dalam company culture kita. And so soalan 14, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Pagi tadi pun saya tanya kan 10 tahun, kadang 2 tahun, tapi variation dia hanya tahun. But where do you see yourself in 5 years? Okay, where do you see yourself 5 years? You need to know that, you need to project that. Bukan, kita tak cerita pasal rumah, kita tak cerita pasal kita nak kereta macam mana tau. We are talking about career wise. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Okay, so you want moving out from the current position, and you want somewhere where you have your own team, you can be working along with several other teams and team lain dekat dalam company tu, so you akan lebih banyak kerja collaborating contohnya. And so you need to project yourself. You kena ada dalam mind you, kalau you join company ni, you boleh tak bayangkan diri you in 5 years time. Kan? Kalau you tak nampak diri you dekat company tu, meaning something wrong with the position, tak sesuai dengan you, ataupun you sendirilah tak ready for that position. Kan? Kita kena admit apa yang kita sesuai dengan kita tak sesuai. We need to know. Kan? Macam saya, bila saya tak tahu, saya pergi tu yang saya cerita, saya apply semua position dan saya banyak position yang saya kerja sebab saya tak tahu apa yang saya bagus. So saya pergi kerja. And then when I already know, saya suka kerja dengan orang, brainstorm hari-hari, get new idea hari-hari. Itu saya, apa yang saya suka. So bila saya dah tahu saya suka apa, then I start applying for position yang lebih fokus kepada project management. Okay. So tu yang saya boleh cerita. Saya kata lepas saya tengok banyak fresh graduate tak berapa prepare diri dia, then saya kata mungkin education, mungkin benda ni berakar umbi daripada universiti, then I go to the university and saya pergi kat universiti. And so that's how saya buat saya punya career U-turn lah, saya panggil masuk education career U-turn saya kan. Career U-turn saya masuk sebab environment yang saya suka adalah I can talk about new idea and create new idea every day dekat dalam universiti. Saya boleh buat benda tu. Tapi saya tak tahu lah you all buat ke tak. Macam saya, I always do that. And so you need to see yourself and challenge yourself to be that person lah in 5 years. Okay? So saya dah explain dah kan. Okay. Right. So what did you like about your last position? So kita kena tahu lah semua tempat yang kita kerja takkan semua buruk je. Betul tak? Mesti akan ada benda yang bagus pasal position yang you suka last kali. Okay. So apa yang you suka? Mungkin you suka tembok kat situ ke? Mungkin you suka the responsibility dekat situ ke? So not necessarily kita tukar company sebab kita tak suka company sekarang tau. Kadang kita tukar company disebabkan you need a bigger pond. saya gunakan metafor macam tu. I need a bigger pond. Saya pernah sekali bagi jawapan tu lah. Saya rasa kecil sangat pond ni kan. Jadi saya perlu a bigger tempat yang lebih fast pace. Macam hari tu lah saya interview dengan IPTS kan. Dia tanya kenapa kan you daripada public university nak pergi private university. Saya cakap pace dekat IPTA slower daripada IPTS. So saya dah biasa dengan fast pace punya environment, and so I think it's time for me to get back to the fast pace environment lah. Dan of course lah, siapa tak nak kerja dengan universiti yang paling bagus. And itu memang mana-mana kita kerja lah, siapa tak nak kerja with the best company lah kan. Tu memang it will be tougher, and kalau saya dapat kerja tu kan, it will be tougher daripada apa yang saya ada dekat UMK sekarang. But that's fine. And so you need to know what you like about your last position, your last company. Okay. So focus on your, tu kata jangan cerita buruk pasal company you, focus on work responsibility. Bila kita cerita buruk pasal orang, bila kita cerita buruk pasal company kita, it reflect kita tau, bukan reflect company tu kena ingat sebab tu saya kan bila orang tanya apa pasal UMK, saya memang most of the time I always silent my comment, especially about politik. Tapi saya akan fokus UMK bagus in terms of cultivating entrepreneurship mind. Entrepreneurship mindset. Student UMK lebih bagus daripada student yang saya pernah mengajar sebelum ni, bila mana student UMK lebih terbuka terima cabaran. And bagi responsibility, you lebih open. And so itu apa yang saya suka pasal kerja kat UMK lah. Walaupun kadang-kadang pada saya macam, student je macam ni, kenapa pensyarah bukan macam ni? And tapi pada saya, mungkin masing-masing punya mold berbeza, and saya memang totally 360 change kan bila saya datang UMK, mindset saya. And so you need to know bila kita masuk company baru, culture company lama yang bagus kita bawa, tapi culture company lama yang tak bagus kita buang. Kita buang, which is kita kena improve. Dan kita pun mungkin part of the company sebelum ni sebab kita adalah sebahagian daripada culture tu, kena ingat. Kan? Mungkin you tak sedar, you nampak benda yang tak suka, tapi pernah tak you buat changes? Macam saya tak suka bila environment, play safe punya environment ni lah, saya tak berapa suka kan. Saya challenge the company culture, memang orang tak suka lah, of course lah. Tapi pada saya, we can only get better. Kan? Kita universiti nombor berapa? 19 kat Malaysia kan. So you bayangkan, banyak universiti kat luar sana, and even saya dah tengok universiti kat UK macam mana. So kalau you masih kekalkan macam ni, then macam mana graduate kita nak survive? And so saya challenge that culture, so that pada saya, walaupun saya tak boleh ubah semua orang punya mentality, at least I can give you orang dalam kelas ni, di 70% kan, macam mana we are going to change. Okay. And then 16, what is your work philosophy? Apa you punya work philosophy, you kena tahu. And dulu saya punya work philosophy hanya nak jadi orang yang lebih bagus daripada semalam. Dulu. Tu saya. So you kena tahu apa you punya work philosophy you. Sebab orang tak tanya kadang, tapi people will ask question macam ni. Apa yang drive you pergi kerja hari-hari? Bukan bawa kereta, we're talking about driven motivation. Apa yang menyebabkan you motivated pergi kerja hari-hari? What motivate you? Okay, you need to know that. And so work philosophy you apa? Dulu saya tu je, I want to be better than yesterday. Dulu saya orang tu je. Now tak ada. Semua saya akan buat yang paling terbagus saya hari tu, sampai diorang terkejut saya punya motto sekarang. Do it the best first time every time. Orang semua tu pandang muka saya kata kebir. Sebab saya kata saya tak faham kenapa benda yang very menial macam buat file, you kena buat 2-3 kali, bila mana you boleh buat benda tu betul first time. You are wasting your time buat file 10 kali ulang benda yang sama, bila mana masa you should use buat benda yang lebih susah. Contohnya macam check PPTA kan, benda macam tu kena fikir. So kata I won't waste my time buat kerja yang pada saya simple, buat filing, documentation, benda macam tu simple je. Macam ni lah buat slide, this is very simple punya kerja pada saya kan. Benda macam ni buat pun nak complicated. Benda yang banyak kena buat research adalah macam ni lah, sebelum datang kelas kena buat research pasal macam mana nak attend interview. What is the latest trend out there about getting interview online. Itu benda yang you should be focusing on. And tu yang orang tengok kan. So saya kata be my best every time, every time, at first time every time. Dan tu memang saya punya filosofi sekarang kan. And memang nampak macam gila lah juga kan. Tapi who cares? You gila, you tahu sendiri kan. Sebab apa yang nampak adalah reward. Saya nampak benda tu. It drives me to work. Memang motivate saya datang kerja hari-hari. Sharing my passion with you. And so mungkin hari ni tak nampaklah passionate sangat kan sebab tak berapa sihat kan. Tapi this is the way saya and the way saya bekerja. Kan? Okay. So what drive you the most? What you most passionate about your work? You kena tahu apa yang you suka. Kita tak cakap passionate pasal gaji We are talking about passionate. What you're passionate about your work. Okay. And then what the most rewarding parts about your work. Ada kalau you expect you nak dapat award, I'm telling you now, saya rasa sijil anugerah dekan ataupun award-award dekat universiti probably the last award yang you akan terima. Kan? Dalam career tak ada orang tiap-tiap semester, tiap-tiap tahun bagi kita award So my honest opinion lah sebab saya kerja dengan ramai colleague yang hari-hari berharap ada bonus tahun ni, ada award tahun ni, tapi bila dia tak dapat dia down. Kan? Dia down dan dia kata macam aku nak pergi cari kerja lain lah. Padahal dia very good at their work. Kan? Dia tak rasa motivated nak bekerja sebab apa yang dia nak award. Kan? Tu yang diorang selalu macam tanya kan. You tak rasa down ke? Saya kata saya pun rasa down. Tapi saya datang kerja bukan pasal saya nak award. Kan? Saya datang kerja because I want to share my best knowledge dengan my students. So that in 10 years time, masa umur you 34, umur you kan, pagi tadi saya share kan. Umur you 34, umur you sama dengan umur saya nanti. Bukan 34 lah. Saya this year saya 40. Okay. So by the time you reach at my age, you will be better at than me. You akan jadi lebih bagus pada saya. Itu apa yang reward yang saya nak. Saya nak you will be better than me. You will be more successful. Apa-apalah measurement successful. I'm not talking about successful ni. Successful ni kena kaya tau. Successful ni, apa you punya definition of successful? You must have your own definition of successful. You punya sendiri. Saya punya definition successful, I can spend time with my student, with my family. Itu saya punya definition of successful lah. Saya show a good example because saya nak you dan juga anak saudara saya jadikan saya role model. We are talking about good work, kita cakap pasal integrity. Itu yang memang you kena ingat lah. So apa you punya work philosophy. Okay. And then 17, and let's say you diberhentikan kerja, kenapa you diberhentikan kerja? And mungkin pasal ekonomi, mungkin pasal jawatan tu tak sesuai dengan you ke apa. Kalau samalah macam soalan tadi, kalau kita berhenti kerja, kenapa kita berhenti kerja? So kita kena tahulah. So mungkin you commonly jawab soalan why do you want to change company lah. Kenapa kan you nak tukar company ataupun you nak tukar industri ke? So you kena tahu. Saya pernah tukar industri, so saya tahu apa beza dia lah. Industri dulu healthcare, sekarang education memang totally different lah. Okay. And then 18, what makes you unique? This is relate back to your strength. Okay. 19, what you are passionate about. Kita tak cakap pasal hobi, kita cakap pasal diri you. And kita cakap pasal you at workplace. Apa yang you passionate about at workplace. Saya sekarang cakap pasal integrity je kat tempat kerja. Memang orang tak suka. Orang tak suka kan. Saya memang cakap pasal academic integrity. Student kita tak boleh copy paste. Student kita kena belajar critical thinking. Kalau dia tak boleh bagi opinion, macam mana dia nak pergi kerja? Inilah benda yang saya cakap hari-hari. Dalam meeting lah, almost kan, every time meeting kan saya akan cakap. Kalau student kita tak boleh bagi opinion, macam mana dia nak pergi kerja? Sebab tu saya kan surprising student SEM 7 still kebanyakannya ramai lagi tak boleh bagi opinion sendiri. Bila tanya je, bagus, what do you think about this presentation this morning? Good. Which part good? Semua. No. Mesti you ada benda yang bagus. Ada benda yang tak berapa bagus. Tapi sebab apa? Sebab you tak pernah evaluate diri you sendiri. Kan? Bila you tak pernah evaluate diri sendiri, macam mana you nak tahu apa yang bagus, apa yang tak bagus? Kita kena berani admit apa yang kita bagus dan yang kita tak bagus. Dua-dua. Okay? And at 20, is there anything else you want me to know, okay, about you? This is the time that you can share about you lah. Okay. And then do you have any question for me? Okay? So this is my 21 interview questions yang selalu tanya. Okay. Right. So saya prepare sebenarnya untuk question for interviewer. Tapi saya dah banyak cakap ini kan. I want probably Sewa ke. Can you share Sewa? Macam mana interview hari tu?
Share my experience during the interview, is it?
You interview with apa? Belum rainforest.
Actually, right.
Belum rainforest.
Yes. I remember asking them for 5 to 6 questions, but they only asked me one question. So I wonder the interview is for who actually.
The interview was for internship.
Yeah, I was asking. I mean, I actually came up with one question that is like so unexpected for them. It's like a very unexpected question for them. They even say like, wow, you actually have that thought of that situation. I'm very surprised that UMK students have that ability to think like that, you know.
Okay. What question did you ask them?
It's like more to marketing skills like. I was like, because that place is very
Remote.
it's a very rural area, you know, and I wonder what kind of packages they will offer to the tourists that the tourists will actually know the existence of the place. So they were like, oh, and then I even questioned some of their packages, and they were like, oh, okay, you actually did some researches, and I'm actually surprised. Actually, they were like it's a very unexpected thing. They have different expectation on intern students, I guess. So I can see like, okay, intern students should be this, intern students should be that. So when you actually exceed their expectation, they were surprised.
Yeah, I agree.
And they were actually happy we were asking questions. They thought that it's going to be like 1-to-1 only.
Yeah. That's why I said ini adalah strength student UMK yang student UMK tak nampak, which is your strength. So I'm telling you as your lecturer lah, tapi you kena tanya juga orang lain kan. So I'm telling you as your lecturer, your strength as student UMK adalah you already done the whole business process in your mind. Kebanyakan you mungkin tak pernah ada business sendiri, tapi you already done the whole business process dalam your mind. So you sebenarnya tahu macam mana nak improvekan satu-satu company. You already know that. Cuma whether you nak gunakan tak skill tu for you to ask the right question at the right time or suggest the best suggestion at the right time. Itu sebenarnya. And you dah tahu dah. You tahu macam mana nak buka business, macam mana nak cari guest kan. Kita cerita pasal simulation restoran you punya mock restaurant kan. So you kena buat apa? Kena buat marketing kan. So you kena cari customer, you kena mula-mula come out dengan apa? Konsep dulu, betul? Sebelum tu you have to come out with your concept kan. Menu tu konsep you lah kan. Salah satu elemen dalam konsep adalah menu, betul? Kan? So you have to come out with your own concept. So kalau saya bila interview dulu saya suka bagi example pasal mock restaurant because mock restaurant adalah almost simulate real life situation. Saya pun buat mock restaurant dulu masa saya belajar, bukan you je, saya pun pernah buat. So you simulate macam mana, macam kami dulu ada 2 orang supervisor. So saya in charge apa, yang seorang lagi in charge apa contohnya. So kita simulate, okay, idea datang daripada siapa, macam mana kita buat konsep tu, why we choose that concept. Contohnya macam hari tu group siapa, you all ke pilih Indian concept ke hari tu. Saya rasa sebab saya ada nampak one advertisement pasal Indian food hari tu lah. Ada satu, siapa Azizi punya group ke? Ada kan? Dan contohnya, why do you choose Indian food? And so kenapa you pilih cuisine tu lah? Why do you choose Indian cuisine? And then apa konsep yang bagus dengan Indian cuisine tu? And then you kena pergi cari customer kan? So bila dah you pergi cari customer, macam mana you buat marketing process tu? Meaning how do you advertise your concept to the customers? So katakan you targeted 30 guests for example, and then you only get response 10. Macam mana kita nak penuhkan the restaurant? How do you want to get full reservation? Macam mana you nak dapatkan? Itu yang Sema punya soalan tadi tu sebenarnya. tempat tu punyalah jauh kan. So maksudnya you buat research lah pasal company tu kan, belum rainforest. Saya pun tak pernah pergi, tapi bila sebut belum, I can imagine where it is. So Perak, hulu Perak, hujung Great kan, belum rainforest tu, betul kan. Saya memang tak pernah pergi, saya bagi tahu. Saya punya kampung Kuala Kangsar, kira on the way jalan nak pergi daripada Great balik ni lah Jeli kan, tu saya punya jalan kampung lah. Tapi saya tak pernah pergi sampai situ, saya pernah pergi sampai Great je. So how do you want to get, kalau daripada restoran, how do you want to get guests from restaurant to make a full ni lah, to have a full house. Sama lah bila kita jual bilik, macam mana kita nak penuhkan bilik kita? If you don't have customer, then what's the point dia hire kita kerja? Betul tak? Tak ada customer, tak ada gaji, tak ada kerja. That's the logic kan. So itu bila dah kerja, and then once you already have a good stable loyalty customers, how do you want to retain them? This is advantage pasal student entrepreneurship yang you tak nampak. Saya nampak sebab saya lalu the whole process. Saya tak pernah buat bisnes saya masuk UMK, my first task was, Alia, kita nak commercialkan Basil Leaf and Elegant Spa. So come out with a business proposal, it's a workable business proposal, and kita nak commercialkan, meaning maksudnya kita nak jual makanan bukan kepada student, luar daripada student UMK. Kita nak workable business proposal to our board of director, UMK punya board of director. Sebab kalau UMK, any money collection semua kena lalu board of director. So kita nak lalu. So I have to come up with that kind of proposal. Saya masuk kerja UMK, umur saya masa berapa tu? 34, 35 kan. Saya tak pernah tulis business proposal seumur hidup. Tak pernah. Saya pernah buat satu part je, marketing. Masa saya kerja dulu, saya pernah buat satu part because I was asked to increase sale 20% of company within 3 bulan. Saya pernah buat, yang tu saya pernah buat. Tapi the whole business proposal, saya study sendiri buat business proposal, bukan macam awak pergi kelas, asas keusahawanan ajar ni, pengurusan enterprise ajar ni, financial management ajar. Saya tak ada, saya pergi sendiri. I paid with my own money. I went to an in-scan punya 4 days workshop how to set up a business. Saya pergi dia orang punya workshop. Sampai workshop dia, saya ingat belajar pasal business proposal je. Rupanya tak. Dia ajar sekali dengan business pitching. That was the first time saya belajar pasal business pitching. You kena ingat saya bukan student entrepreneurship Saya belajar pasal business pitching kat situ. Kat situlah dia bagi tahu saya bila you nak prepare business pitching, which is tell me about yourself, is a business pitching. Okay, so dia bagi tahu saya, you kena prepare business pitching 1 minit, 3 minit, 5 minit, 15 minit. Sebab apa? Satu, mungkin you jumpa orang ni depan lift. Sebab tu dia panggil elevator pitch kan. Okay, mungkin you jumpa orang ni depan lift. Saya nak cakap pasal bisnes saya. Orang tu kata, okay, 1 minute. My first interview lepas daripada master degree master degree, soalannya adalah in 1 minute tell me what I should hire you. That was my interview question lepas saya habis master. So you bayangkan sebab tu you kena prepare jawapan 1 minit and 3 minit and then you also need to prepare the longer introduction because sometimes you have more time to introduce yourself. That's the reason why we need a shorter version. We need the longer version. Tapi the main version dia adalah why you want to work in the company. Why? Why is it important the person to hire you? Why? Tu, dia punya jawapan dia. Tell me about yourself yang penting sebenarnya kan. Why you should hire me? Why should I hire me? Tu. So, soalan dia. So, in terms of soalan apa yang kita nak tanya pada interviewer, I think Sema you give a very good question to them. That was a very good question. And so kita boleh pecahkan 3 kategori in terms of what kind of question that you can ask interviewer. Sebab memang selalunya interviewer akan ada bila close, kita bukan sahaja ada tell me about yourself, you kena ada lagi satu adalah closing statement yang bagus. Closing statement yang bagus ialah kenapa you kena hire saya lah, saya the best candidate for this job. Come on, hire me. So selalunya opportunity apa yang dia bagi adalah dia tanya anything else you want to ask us. Tu soalan dia. Memang selalunya dia akan tanyalah anything else you want to ask us. And so dia ada 3 kategori yang saya nampak lah. So the first one adalah about the position, jawatan yang you apply. The second one adalah about the company. Okay, and the third one is about the team that you will be working. So there are three types of interview question. Saya akan share slide ni, tapi saya share je lah dulu sharing without sharing my slides. Okay. Right. So about the position. So what do you want to know about the position? You rasa soalan apa yang sesuai? Kan? So mungkin you boleh tanya, apa soalan yang kita boleh tanya? What kind what is the ideal candidate that you are looking for this position? Mungkin. Saya pernah tanya soalan tu. Kalau saya katakanlah kerja kat company ni, hari tu saya baru je tanya soalan ni kan. Saya kata, what are you expected from me? Saya baru je tanya soalan tu 2 minggu lepas kan, saya cerita kan saya pergi interview kan. Saya tak payah cerita universiti mana, tapi saya pergi interview dekat one of top university . So saya kata, sebab saya kata, I tick all their boxes. I tick all their boxes. Apa yang saya tak ada 2 je, dia kata. I don't have a PhD. Saya tak ada student master by research graduate lagi. Tu je saya belum ada. Saya ada master by coursework yang dah graduate, tapi saya belum ada master by. So saya kata okay, it's fine. Very saya suka company macam tu, very open, which is let me know apa yang dia kata kita interested nak ambil you kerja, tapi ada satu lagi level. Kalau lepas level tu then only kita akan panggil you for second interview. Itu very honest, open. So saya tanya dia soalan, saya kata apa tadi? What do you expected me to bring to the company for the if I get hired? Itu memang soalan dia, memang totally about the position. Position dia adalah senior lecturer. Maksudnya sekarang jawatan saya dekat UMK lecturer. And so senior lecturer meaning higher lah, you ada PhD qualification and you expected a lot of research lah. Memang so dia share lah apa company culture dia, apa yang dia tengah buat sekarang, kenapa dia nak hire orang. Sebab sebenarnya dia dah reject pun application saya bulan 8 hari tu. Saya kan, bukan hari tu dapat email reject and then they call me back because of my latest resume. Saya pun surprise juga sebenarnya kan, sebab selalunya company kalau dah reject biasanya tak panggil dah kita most of the time. But then I surprised, they rejected me in July, they call me back in December. And maksudnya adalah tu between apa yang saya buat between Julai dengan December yang dia nampak ada dalam resume and they call me back. Rezeki saya lah. Of course lah, I was hoping to go back to KL kan, tapi saya tak rushing nak balik KL sebab pada saya if I can find a job that suitable dengan saya punya career growth, memang saya takkan pergi. Itu saya lah. Saya comfortable dekat UMK, jawatan, I have the voice, people listen to me, people listen to my opinion. Student kita subjek praktikal 1-2 je, kalau universiti lain subjek praktikal sampai 5-6. So I have to teach practical subject. You ingat senang ke mengajar practical subject kan? Saya pun kena diri sama dengan you all 7 jam, 8 jam. You ingat senang ke? Umur saya dah berapa kan? Most of the time memang saya tak anak kan, tapi of course that what interested lah kan, itu apa yang saya interested dengan company tu lah kan. So and then you also can ask question about what probably they can share what kind of team that you will be working with, team apa yang you akan join. And sebab kadang-kadang bila kita join, kita tak tahu kita join team mana. Ada setengah position company macam tu, dia tak tahu kan. So what kind of team that you will be working. Macam SEMA bila dia tanya soalan macam tu, mungkin dia akan fikir SEMA ni sesuai ni buat marketing, nanti kita boleh letak dia dekat team marketing. Mungkin SEMA, I don't know, tapi might be. If they see that's your performance waktu interview, then they know how to fit you in. Ada setengah company macam tu especially position macam management trainee, dia tak tahu nak fit in you kat mana sebenarnya. So bila you interview, bila dia tengok you perform, baru dia akan fit you into ni lah, apa position yang dia available in the company. Ada juga yang company macam tu. Okay. So question about company, probably you can ask about what is there any opportunity for you to advance in the company, especially kalau company kecil lah. You might want to have that. Let's say you dah kerja 5 tahun dekat syarikat tu, and any opportunity for advancement, you kena tahu. Sebab sampai bila you nak kerja jadi exec, you might want to be team leader, and you might want to be manager, and tapi berapa ada ke tak peluang macam tu. Okay, and then what kind of culture does the company promote, whether the company what the company does to promote the positive culture in the company. You might also want to ask that question, okay, about the company, and about the satu lagi soalan mungkin you boleh tanya, let's say I get, I succeed with this interview, what is the next step of the hiring process? Can you share how can I prepare for them? Mungkin kan tadi saya share awal-awal tadi kan, interview process kadang-kadang more than one you ada several interview process. So from that question probably you know that whether dia interested in you or not. Usually dia akan share lah, kalau dia interested dia akan share. Dia akan bagi tahu, macam hari tu Dean tu dia bagi tahu macam ni, dia kata of course he has to talk with someone else, not everything his decision, tapi kalau kata I get call, he able to convince the higher level, meaning I will get call for the second interview. So dia akan cerita dia punya interview process company dia. So you can ask that some question. Nanti saya share slide ni, sebenarnya banyak lagi slide you boleh buat. Okay. So what I want you to do this weekend, and duduklah, prepare lah, sebab you dah nak mock interview kan sebenarnya kan. Okay. So what I want you to do, So what I want you to do this weekend, can you see? Okay. And so you prepare 20 facts about you, and prepare. And so you prepare 20 facts about you. So you list apa you punya strength you. You list apa yang accomplishment you, apa yang you dah buat. And jangan, saya tahu ramai yang share dekat LinkedIn kan, you dah buat benda ni, you buat benda ni, you buat benda ni. Yes, but then you need to have it in writing. Kenapa kita kena ada dalam writing? Sebab kita boleh organize thoughts kita, cara kita berfikir. Okay, sama lah macam tell me about yourself. So this is tell me about yourself lah ni. Tapi you list kan apa yang bagus pasal you. Kalau you tak sure, you call your best friend. And then ask them to sit down and list 20 benda yang bagus pasal you. If you don't know. And so kalau kata you ada kawan daripada tempat kerja yang sebelum ni, ataupun bos yang daripada tempat kerja sebelum ni, macam Fifa tadi kan, you can call or message them, text them, ask them the question. Mungkin yalah, janganlah dia list 20, dia list mungkin satu lah kan. What they think your strength, apa your strength, so that you know you punya strength apa, you can list your strength and then start preparing for virtual interview. Sebab itulah adalah mock interview you kan. You punya mock interview carry 20% daripada total final assessment. So you nak prepare untuk your virtual interview, lepas you dah list you punya 20 facts about yourself. Okay, call a friend, arrange Google Meet meeting dengan dia. Sebab interview you nanti dalam Google Meet kan. So you arrange a Google Meet meeting dengan kawan you. Okay. So start bagi dekat dia apa you punya senarai yang you buat tadi. And then ask the person to ask the question that that I asked you just now, yang saya share dengan you kan. So suruh dia tanya soalan, prep untuk interview. Okay ke ni muka aku waktu interview ni? Okay tak? So make sure you record the Google Meet interview and you record lah, you buat sendiri. City call siapa? Call lah kawan siapa kan? So bukan call lah, jangan call. Google Meet, record Google Meet tu. So record waktu interview tu. Macam mana expression muka you, apa yang you jawab, you tergagap-gagap ke, contohnya. And then start practicing interview tu. Bagi dia soalan, ask them to ask the question about you. Jangan cari kawan yang baik hati, cari kawan yang yang will give you honest opinion about you, yang can give you honest feedback about you. Sebab you pun nak dapat kerja, probably dia pun nak dapat kerja, betul tak? So you help each other to improve. So record virtual meeting tu, record virtual interview tu, mock virtual interview yang you buat dengan kawan tu, you tengoklah muka you, apa yang cakap waktu interview, you sengih banyak sangat ke, kan? Oh, background belakang you nampak apa tu, katil ke, kan? Kalau siapa duduk asrama kan selalu background kat belakang nampak almari baju asrama tu kan, almari baju asrama contohnya. And so practice. So sebab apa? Sebab you selalu kekok sebab you kurang practice. So you need to practice. Saya confident sebab saya dah banyak tahun practice kan. Banyak tahun virtual baru 2 tahun, baru last year virtually. Tapi you tengok, kalau you tengok saya cakap pun tak nampak macam orang kekok virtual sangat kan. Sebab saya study. Pagi tadi pun saya share, saya kata semua interview, semua class session yang saya record ni, kejap lagi petang saya akan tengok balik tau, the whole 1.5 hours ni, macam mana saya react dalam kamera, tangan saya macam ni, sembang dengan Raj, asyik-asyik sembang dengan Raj je kan Syaran. Sembang dengan Raj je, sebab orang lain tak sembang kan, jadi sembang dengan Raj je dalam kelas contohnya. I will watch again the whole recording. You bayangkan saya tengok balik the whole recording hari ni 1.5 jam. Tiap-tiap kali kelas. Tiap-tiap kali kelas. Sebab tu saya tahu macam mana saya mengajar dalam kelas. I know gesture apa saya ada dalam kelas. And muka saya, suara saya. And so I know. And so you need to practice lah. And then only you will get better. Kalau you tak practice, you tak bagus. Tu je. And so my last words to you, and my last word to you adalah, and start to visual yourself in your higher self, and start to visual you in your higher self, and start showing up as her, as him. And sebab orang selalu kata be ourselves kan. Kalau pergi interview nak buat apa? Be yourself, be yourself. You be yourself, your best self. You tunjuk you yang paling bagus. You bukan tunjuk you yang datang lambat, yang apa tu, bila cakap tak ada kerja lain nak gaduh dengan orang. Waktu interview ada orang gaduh dengan orang tak ada kerja lain nak gaduh dengan orang, very defensive. You don't want to show you that you want to show you the best you. And so start visual yourself, your higher self, you yang paling bagus, yang you boleh visual dalam mindset you, and start showing up as her, as him. Okay, so this is my advice to you. Right, thank you everyone for listening. Right, I'll see you next week.